Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Kryptonian saying here, bringing you guys a review for One Piece chapter 684. And I gotta say, man, like first and foremost before we get into the review, I gotta say Luffy has a huge set of balls on him. Like Luffy has a huge set of balls because I didn't think he'd be stupid enough, okay? I didn't think he'd be stupid enough to try breaking that picture in front of Big Mom again. The reason why I say I didn't think he'd be this dumb is at this point, they've already blown it, okay? Like, Big Mom is so upset that she doesn't know what to be upset over first. She doesn't know whether or not to be upset at Luffy because she saw all these Luffys and the wedding cake that she's been looking forward to has been essentially busted up because of the Straw Hat. She doesn't know whether or not to be upset over the fact that Luffy's there. She doesn't know whether to be upset over the fact that Jinbe has betrayed her. She doesn't know whether to be worked up over the fact that Mother Caramel's photo's been broken up. But the thing is like Big Mom, there's so many fires going on all at the same time that she hasn't had time to fully process it yet. And then when you add in what happened with Brook, where she sees Brook for the first time, there's so much going on here. And I personally love it because it's one of those times where it's actually showing you that when it comes to character Big Mom, she's actually somewhat relatable because there's only so much shock that the human body can process. So I thought that this was really nice of Oda. However, I gotta say, just talking about the panel placements, there's one page very early on, I believe it's in page 2 or 3, where you have Oda showcasing 3, 6, 9, 10 panels. 10 panels, and all of them are telling their own individual stories. So I thought that that was really, really nice how he did that. And I like how when Brook just rips off the skin on his face, everyone's like, oh my God, this guy's so hardcore. He ripped the skin off his face. This is so disgusting. And it kind of reminded me of what you got back during Annie's Lobby, where you had Frankie versus the dude from CP's, I think it was CP0, where like, oh, he's so hard boiled. He's so hard boiled. That was so fucking nice, man. Like, I love this moment right here because, you know, right here, it just plays on that gag right there of like machoism or whatnot, machismo. And what's so interesting about this is the fact that when Big Mom gets ready to start screaming, everybody counts down. And everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe this is about to happen. But then Big Mom just shuts down. And, you know, I don't wish this on anybody, but I mean, if you've ever been through a traumatic experience, you know, the crying happens. Eventually crying and pain happens, but depending on what it is, sometimes you just move to fucking silence. And so I like this part of Big Mom here. I thought that that was really cool. Now, the other thing though, is I like how Pudding looks over at Sanji and she pulls that pistol out, and I'm thinking, damn, this bitch is really about to try and pull this shit. Well, what ends up happening is Pudding is about to go through with it, and she says like, Sanji, I've fooled millions of people. You're no different than anybody else. And Sanji says, Pudding, you've even fooled yourself. That's very impressive. So I like how Sanji's starting to try and talk her down a little bit. So I thought that that was really interesting. You know, Oda's almost kind of teasing like, hey, you know, these two might get back together. Sanji can rescue her from the darkness. I mean, I thought that that was interesting, and I like how one of Pudding's brothers shows up, and he just comes in. He's got the puff fruit. He's looking like a black genie, and the dude shows up and just cold clocks her and sends her flying all over the place. And what's so crazy about that is Pudding, as she sent flying, everybody's like, oh my God, they sent the bride going. And then you got the dude from the World News, and you got the different people who are watching all this and like, oh my God, the bride has been sent flying. Oh my God, Judge is actually crying. And what I like about is, again, in this moment is how you see how different people are responding to tragedy. Big Mom goes down in absolute shock. Whereas Judge, his pride and ambition, everything that he's worked for has come full head, and essentially he knows his life's about to end, and everything that he sacrificed for has basically been in vain. And what I like about that moment right there is how he even says, like, Big Mom, even in the underworld there's a sense of honor there. So it just shows you when you're dealing with these Yonko, with these 4 emperors, there's something else there. There's something else there. They're not people that are going to play by the normal rules. I mean, they're pirates. I mean, rules in themselves don't necessarily count in this regard. But I thought that that was interesting that, you know, you just see the difference there, the clear difference. Even though the German kingdom's supposed to be this big bad kingdom, their leader, their king, has been reduced to tears. And I like how even Reiju is looking. She's like, I don't even consider my brothers to be human because look at the reaction. You know, that's what happens when you essentially make them cut off the switch to their humanity. They don't have a sense with their emotions. You know, this is what you expect. Even in their own face of death, they find no fear in it because they can't feel emotion. So I thought that, again, that's very good because, again, it's just symbolizing how different people deal with traumatic events all in different ways. And I like how you get this moment where Capone is trying to keep up the act and Luffy's like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck off of me, you motherfucker. And what I like about this is how Capone, as he's trying to keep the charade going, Katakuri, I guess he's already used that premonition ability of his because he's already seen the future, and he's like, look, I need you to shoot Straw Hat. And Capone says, yeah, I'd rather not do that right now. And what I like about this is how, you know, again, everything that they planned for basically went to shit. And so I like this because now it creates a type of setting where Luffy can't get off the hook very easily. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how Oda kind of handles this going forward. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Oh, and gotta say real quick for the chapter question, how do you handle any type of trauma? How do you handle shock? How do you handle those types of emotions? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.